Welcome back, and thank you for tuning in. This is The Stranger by Jacques Ferrandez, based on the novel by Albert Camus. Episode 3. Let's begin. I'll leave you now, Monsieur Meursault. If you need me for anything, I'll be in my office. As is usually the case, the funeral is set for 10 o'clock in the morning. This way, you'll be able to keep vigil over the departed. One last thing. It seems your mother often expressed to her friends her desire for a religious burial. I've taken the liberty of making the necessary arrangements. But of course, I wanted to let you know. I thanked him. While not an atheist, Maman had never in her life given a thought to religion. I went in. It was a very bright, whitewashed room with a skylight overhead. The furniture consisted of some chairs and some cross-shaped sawhorses. Two of them, in the middle of the room, were supporting a closed casket. All you could see were some shiny screws, not quite screwed down all the way, standing out against the walnut-stained planks. Near the casket was an Arab nurse in a white smock with a brightly colored scarf on her head. Just then the caretaker came in behind me. He was out of breath. We put the cover on, but I'm supposed to unscrew the casket so you can see her. He was moving toward the casket when I stopped him. He said, "You don't want to?" I answered, "No." He was quiet, and I was embarrassed because I felt I shouldn't have said that. He looked at me and then asked, "Why not?" but without criticizing, as if he just wanted to know. I said, "I don't know." He then began moving some chairs, and without looking at me said, "I understand." He had nice pale blue eyes and a reddish complexion. The nurse stood up and went toward the door. At that point, the caretaker whispered, "She has a tumor. Poor thing." I didn't quite understand, so I looked over at the nurse and saw that she had a bandage wrapped around her head, just below the eyes. Where her nose should have been, the bandage was flat. All you could see of her face was the whiteness of the bandage. When she'd gone, the caretaker said, "I'll leave you alone." I don't know what kind of gesture I made, but he stayed where he was, directly behind me. It made me feel very uncomfortable. The room was filled with beautiful late afternoon sunlight. Two hornets were buzzing against the glass roof overhead. I could feel myself getting sleepy. I said to the caretaker, "Have you been here long?" Right away he answered, 5 years, as if he'd been waiting all along for me to ask. You've been listening to The Stranger by Albert Camus, alongside a wonderful adaptation in graphic novel by Jacques Ferrandez. Thank you for listening. Until next time, au revoir et à bientôt.